Hello everybody and welcome to this third tutorial on urban growth modeling using Sleuth. In this tutorial, I'll talk about Cygwin alternatives. To model urban growth using Sleuth, we need three items, the first of which is an environment to run Sleuth, which is normally Cygwin. But in case you don't like Cygwin or couldn't install it, don't worry, you can use below software as well. MSys2, Baboon, CMDR, and Ubuntu for Windows. There are of course other software available to do this job for us, but I've tested these four. I found them easy to download, install and run. So I focused on these and I'll try to explain them briefly to you in this tutorial. For MSys2, you just go to this site. After downloading installation, you might as well need to run these two commands to update the software. Just be careful, this is a dash, not an underscore, and this S is capital. Then if you find these packages missing in your software, you just run these commands one after another, and these packages will get installed in your MSys2 as well. To compile Sleuth within MSys2, click on the icon of MSys2 on your desktop and a window is brought up which looks quite like this one, and the same commands as we've done before for Cygwin. It's quite the same. You change directory to where you have put the downloaded Sleuth and the folder, and you take a list and you unzip and you untar, and then you go to the GD folder, run a make, get out of GD by this command, cd space dot dot by cd space where give, make, and get out of where give, and again by cd space dot dot, and while in the root of the Sleuth, another make, and the software gets compiled for a test run. So you go inside scenarios folder by cd space scenarios and running this command /grow.exe space test space scenario demo 200 underscore test, and the 4 iterations of the Monte Carlo is finished over here, telling us that the software is ready for our own modeling. And now to Baboon. Well, for Baboon you go to this site, baboon.github.io. You download the software over there, unzip it on your computer, and use CMD of the Windows to go to this folder, and you run this command. Actually, there's a file inside the unzipped folder called install.bat, and by typing this in the CMD, you are telling that this install.bat install the software inside D drive and inside this folder. So if you don't like this place to install your software, you might as well change this into another drive, another folder, and run it. It's finished. You click on the icon of the Baboon and a window or console is brought up looking like this, and the commands to actually unzip, untar and compile looks quite the same as Cygwin and MSys2. You see, cd space dot dot gets you out of the current working directory. Type cd space e colon, which gets you inside D drive, and this one gets you to the Sleuth2 folder. Take a list and you unzip and tar the files, and then run make inside GD, inside well give the make, and in the root of the Sleuth to get the software compiled for you. Don't worry about these over here. These are written by the software itself, and they don't interfere with your running of the software. After you've compiled the software, it's now ready for a test run, and then you can use it for your own modeling. If you again didn't find GCC or Make inside the Baboon, don't worry. While connected to the internet, you can run below commands, one at a time. Packed space install and the name of the package, which is this one. Again, packed space install and space make, which installs make for you. If by any chance you had compiled Sleuth before and run into a problem when compiling a new, it's better for you to run first and make clean inside gd where given Sleuth root folders, and then run make command. For CMDR it's very easy. You just go to this site and download the software in full mode. Unzip it, and it doesn't need any installation. After unzip, you just click on the icon, which looks like this one, which brings up a console like this one, and you type the commands as before. There's just a very small difference, and that's because CMDR is like thus. You don't have to type /. Here you have to use \, and this is the / over here, // grow.exe space test, and the rest. And the rest of the compilation running of the software is quite easy and quite the same as before. And last but not least, Ubuntu for Sleuth. If you have Windows 10, you can as well install Ubuntu. And for that, you need to go to Programs and Features, and inside Programs and Features, you use this one, turn Windows features on or off, and you're presented with a window looking like this. You tick this one, Windows Subsystem for Linux, and click OK, and this bit is installed for you. Now you go to the Microsoft Store site and search for Linux. You get something like before, like choose Ubuntu, this one over here. Click on it, and the software is installed for you, which looks like this. And when you click on the icon of the software, you might be presented with a window looking like this one. However, again, if you didn't find Make or GCC installed in Ubuntu, you now type these commands to install Make and GCC for you. Spelling, the syntax is a bit different than the other software I've already talked about. So you actually type sudo space apt-get space install space make, and the same goes for GCC. And sudo means super user, which needs the username and password which you have set when you've installed Ubuntu. Running unzip tar and compiling is like other software. That's just showing a test run of installing Make and GCC, which is telling me these GCC and Make are already the newest versions and then don't need to be installed under Ubuntu. Well, when the console of the Ubuntu is brought up, you type c space ... which gets you out of the present working directory. You take a list, again the same, and you do the job until you get a list of the items looking like this one. Inside these items you'll find a mount, MNT, and that's where the CDE drives are mounted. So you type CD space MNT or mount, and when you get a list, you'll find a C. In case you have a D or E drive, they will show up over here as well. So you type CD space C, and that will get you inside C. And if you've got a folder inside C, you will do that. You will get into the folder and do the rest of the job like before. As I have not got this software on this computer, I will not do this for you right now, but the rest, the other software will be done for you right now live to show you how you do it yourself. So next tutorial, I'm just telling you to get ready to prepare your input data to Sleuth. So bear with me. In MSys2, when I click on the icon, I'm presented with this window. I might as well type cd space e colon. Here I am, and cd Sleuth 2. I'm on there. Take a list. That's the file, and I can easily unzip it. G-unzip Sleuth 3.0 beta underscore P01 Linux tar gz, and the file is unzipped. If I take a list, I'll find it over here, and now it's time to run the tar file, tar space xvf Sleuth 3.0 beta and it gets untarred. As I've told you before, you don't need to type the whole name, and if you just type the first few letters and press the tab key, the software will complete the rest of the name for you. But now I'm recording this, the tab key doesn't work for me. So if I take a list over here, I'll find a folder, which is this one, and the tar file. I have to do with this one. We need to go inside this folder. So I type cd Sleuth 3.beta p and Linux. That's there. And if I take a list, I'm presented with these files. I have a GD, I have a valgif, I have an input, I have an output, and other files and folders. All I have to do is now go to the GD folder and type make, which is down for me. Don't worry about these. And I get out of GD, get inside valgif, and do a make over here as well. Get outside valgif, and in the root I type a make. That's it. Now software is ready for me. I go to the scenarios folder, take a list, and the moment of truth grow.exe test scenario demo 200 test, and that's done for me, telling me that it's ready for me to be used for my own data. That's the way you use MSys2 for compilation of Sleuth and using it for modeling. So I get rid of this one, and it's now time to use Baboon. But before doing that, I actually go to here, copy this one, and put it inside this. Get rid of these two to make it nice and clean. In Baboon, I just type CDE and I get inside E. Again, CD Sleuth 2, take a list and G unzip Sleuth 3 beta P Linux tar GZ. That's done for me. Nice. Tar XVF Sleuth 3.0 beta P Linux tar. That's done for me. ls, and that's the folder here. That's the folder. I go inside this folder. Sleuth 3 beta P1 Linux. There I'm presented with these files and folders. In this software, names of the folders are printed blue and files in white and the exe in light green, as you can see. And you can as well change the configuration of this. So if you want to get rid of all these commands and names and files and folders, you can as well type clear and enter. It's cleared for you. Take a list. There you get inside GD by typing cd gd, and here I type make. The files get compiled for me. Don't worry about these errors. I get outside of GD. I get inside where give now and making the files over here or compiling them and getting outside, and the final make in the root of the software, which gets it ready for my own test and my own modeling. So if I go inside scenarios folder, take a list over there, // grow xz test scenario demo 200 underscore test, and that's the moment of truth. The 4 Monte Carlo iterations is finished. It's telling me that software is working nicely and correctly. It's ready for my own modeling. I get rid of this baboon, and the last demonstration here is for CMD. But before doing that, again, one more time, I copy this inside the folder Sleuth 2, get rid of the compiled and unzipped and untarred files, and there, click on the CMD, and there I type CDE, doesn't work, type E and it works. Syntax are a bit different and you have to get used to it, but it's easy. CD Sleuth 2, and there list will get you the name of the files inside Sleuth 2. So I run gunzip. Let's see if it works. Sleuth 3 beta Linux tar gz. It tells me that gunzip is not recognized as an internal or external command. What I can do is do is to tar x zvf and the name of the file Sleuth beta 1 Linux tar gz, and it just unzips and untars the file in one run. So if I take a list or directory, I see that there's a directory over here named this, and the tar and gz file over here, and we have to do with this folder. So I get inside this folder Sleuth 3.0 beta underscore po1 Linux, and inside this I get inside gd, and the make will do the job for me, the compilation. Don't worry about these warnings. Get outside, get inside where give and the make, get outside and get the make inside the root. Correct. Now I get into the scenarios folder, take a list or a directory, same, and this time dot instead of / I use a backslash, grow exe test scenario demo 200 test, and that's the iterations of the Monte Carlo. Everything's done nicely and smoothly. It's ready for my own data. Of course, I'm not talking about Ubuntu. I've shown it to you on the PowerPoint. That's it for this tutorial. I'll see you in the next tutorial talking about preparations of input data to Sleuth. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice time.